The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here once again with my wife, Angie. Hello, she says. She's very quiet. She's like a mouse. She's just quiet, but she's ready for another video here today, going through the t-shirt collection. Any surprises in this collection video for you so far?
That I need to wash some of them. They're smelling a little mothbally.
They smell?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
They've been in the closet for
So,
years.
of course, when you got this many t-shirts, you can't wear them all. When you got more than 365, probably. I don't know. Somebody should be counting all these up. It'd be interesting. But yeah, we're diving through. This is video number 9 in a continuing series as we go deep into my closet there, and Angie is willing to and nice enough to join me here on this adventure. Of course, this Patreon exclusive as of right now. Eventually, a traditional YouTube will probably get this, but right now, these are Patreon videos. So it's one of the bonuses of being a Patreon member. Angie is not a Patreon member. I'm waiting for you to sign up. Hopefully one of these days. I would love it if you just give me a follow on YouTube. Would be nice. And maybe a thumbs up every once in a while. Maybe you could subscribe.
I did.
She did? Wink, wink. She's like, yeah, I just don't want you filling up my feed. I don't want you filling up my feed. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. I got more dance moves to check out on TikTok.
My God.
But anyways, let's dive in here. We got a whole nother round of t-shirts. Angie, you ready to go? Ready as she'll ever be. Once again, we go to Chicago. We go to the Road Warriors Legion of Doom. Absolutely love it. Just two good looking guys. Wish I looked like them back in the day with face paint. It would have been awesome wearing that around town. But looking good there. And we continue on. Now we saw a version of this shirt earlier for Black Sabbath. Well, this one is Zach Sabbath. So it's the Zach Sabbath edition, the take on the Black Sabbath shirt. Very, very cool. Everybody loves Zach Sabbath, unless you don't, of course. But Zach Wild and the boys. And Angie, you've seen Zach Wild many a time over the years. Many a time. Before we had kids, we went to a lot of Zach Wild shows, a lot of Black Label Society shows. Memories. And we continue on with some more memories. One I have a great memories of course, Bret the Hitman the Hart. Bret Hart, a classic-like t-shirt. This is, I believe, an homage shirt. But absolutely love that one. The Hitman, one of those guys, when I was a little kid, I didn't understand wrestling. I didn't really get it, but I knew there was something different about Bret Hart matches when I was a little kid. And I later figured out that, hey, he was just a really good wrestler. Where other guys just had power moves, things like that. Bret was a mat technician, something special. So Bret Hitman Hart. Now we continue on, and is he dead? Well, we're going to find out, but Paul is dead, of course, one of the greatest conspiracies.
You ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance. Think about it.
But Paul, is he dead? I don't know, but Jesse and I are hot on the case. We're going to figure that one out once we figure out the Power Town mystery, depending where you're watching this video, I guess. But Paul is dead. If you want it, Happy Christmas from John and Yoko. Kind of a play off of Merry Christmas, War is Over, Paul is dead, kind of mishmash there. An interesting shirt to say the least right there. And speaking of interesting t-shirts, how about the Nature Boy? Ric Flair and his great WCW glory back in the day. Of course, you guys know me. I love me some Nature Boy. Love me some Ric Flair. What more can you say about the old Nature Boy? Now we turn our attention. We've seen shirts from these guys in the past here. I got a little locked up here. We got a little Holy Grail. Holy Grail, a California thrash metal band, we'll call it, but very, very cool. Got the hatchet on the front. I always get a lot of compliments on this shirt, too. A lot of people don't know who Holy Grail is, unfortunately, but they do love that t-shirt. You got the chopped off head, the hatchet. Looking good. Just a great Saturday Night Metal Show t-shirt is what that one is. And we continue on. How about Angie? She got me this shirt because we were taking two-step lessons back in the day. Oh, not really. Not really, but teach me how to two-step. You guys know I love my country and my Western. And if you don't know how to two-step, man, what are you doing?
You don't know how to two-step.
I'll show you how to two-step later.
Oh my God.
If you play your cards right, we'll two-step. All right, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Dylan, one of my all-time favorites. I got a lot of favorites. I don't know if you knew this, but I have a lot of favorites, but Bob Dylan's right up there, and it's crazy. I've seen him like 27, 28 times in concert, and you and I have never went to him in concert together. I don't think. Or did we? I don't think we ever did. Crazy. We gotta do that one of these days. I'm sure you would just love it. Move over, Taylor Swift. Bob Dylan's in town. And we continue on with the master, the legend, my old personal friend, Terry Funk. Love me some Terry Funk, giving him all kinds of stock tips back in the day, eating pizza together, sitting there. Were you at any of those shows when I was working with Terry Funk? I don't think you were there either. You missed out on that too. That was quite the weekend. Quite the weekend. And speaking of quite the weekend, how about the Ultimate Warrior? As a little Kyle met Ultimate Warrior in the bathroom at Vets Auditorium in like 1990. The bathrooms in the back were closed. They had to use the public bathrooms. And old Warrior was in there in his leather coat and his trunks, and he was taking a leak. I was taking a leak, and all I could say was, "Whoa, Warrior," and he patted me on the head. He gave me one of these, and he said, "Hey, kid." And I don't know if he was drying his hands in my hair, but if he was, I don't care. He could if he wanted to.
Wiped his pee on you.
If he wiped my pee on me, I'll cherish it. I would have never showered if I knew that. But I got to have a little brush with the Ultimate Warrior when I was like 9 years old, and I've never forgotten that. It was crazy. I remember going back up to the bleachers and telling my dad, Dad, you won't believe it. The Ultimate Warrior, I just met him, and he thought I was absolutely crazy. But then a little bit later on, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and that got my dad hot because we know my dad and the DiBiase's hot feud back in the day. We've talked about it in the channel. But Ted DiBiase was going to that same bathroom. I said, Dad, look, see? They really are going to that bathroom. So I don't know if Dad ever believed me. I don't know why he would doubt me, but that was true. It was quite the story back in the day. And it's quite the story now, apparently. Motorhead, once again, Motorhead joins the fray. Motorhead England, of course, a great Motorhead shirt. I always like this one because it's a nice feeling shirt. It's a good working around the house shirt, working in the yard shirt. All in on Motorhead. All in on England. Shout out to England. Shout out to Motorhead. Shout out to Angie. There you go. Shout out to Sensational Sherry. I've told the story many a times. Sensational Sherry is funny, you know, Bruce Beefcake, scary Sherry. She's so ugly, she's so disgusting, and it brainwashed little Kyle. And a lot of little Kyles out there all over the world were like, yeah, she is ugly, she is hideous. But you know what? Many years later, I realized Sensational Sherry was actually kind of hot. She was kind of hot. Maybe for Halloween, you could go as Sensational Sherry. I'll go as Macho Man. Maybe we can work that into our Halloween costume this year. It could work. I think you put a little makeup on you and give you that Sensational Sherry look. Perm your hair or something, or curl it up. Oh, stay tuned for a Halloween video. I think we know what we're going to do. And next up, we're going to worship the devil. Why wouldn't we worship the devil? They got the old satanic Angel Witch there. Angel Witch isn't even satanic. That's the thing about heavy metal, most of the bands. I guess, Angie, you were saying that your mom, when she first met me, she thought I hailed at the altar of Satan. She wanted to know, does this boy worship Satan?
She was worried.
She was a little worried, and I don't worship Satan. A lot of people think I do. Do I look like a guy that worships Satan? I don't know, but I'm still talking about that shirt. You putting it away?
Oh.
Jeez, we didn't even get into the Angel Witch there. Jeez, Angel Witch. Check out Angel Witch, new wave of British heavy metal. One of the all-time greats back there, and they always said Angel Witch could have been Iron Maiden, but they were kind of messed up on drugs and stuff like that, so they kind of blew their record executive chance to succeed in the next level. But if you haven't checked out that original Angel Witch album, man, you were missing out. But Angel Witch, one of the all-time greats of the new wave of British heavy metal scene. And one of the all-time great rock and roll scenes, Cheap Trick, the classic Cheap Trick design. It's kind of like the Motorhead classic tee. You have to have the classic Cheap Trick shirt as well. That's what we got right there. Cheap Trick doing it up, doing it great. Doing it live, doing it nationwide is what Cheap Trick's doing right there. So very, very cool. Here for the Cheap Trick, and I'm also here for my boy Terry Funk. Yes, once again, another Terry Funk shirt. Loving Terry Funk, representing Texas, representing wrestling, representing all that's great in the world, really, at the end of the day, old Terry Funk. So another Terry Funk shirt. I think that's Pro Wrestling Tees shirt. Go get a Terry Funk shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. If you're not going to get my shirt, get a Terry Funk shirt. That's what I always do say. And then we take a trip back to the Bahamas. We take a trip to Motorhead, and we got the Motorhead Shiver Me Timbers t-shirt from the Motorhead Cruise, another cruise exclusive shirt back in the day. Very cool. Of course, I spent an absolute fortune on that Motorhead Cruise, both of them, because every band that was there had limited edition t-shirts for the cruise. You know I was jumping in on all those, so I had to pick up that Motorhead one. Very, very cool. And then another cool one, we turn our attention, this is another one, I get a lot of compliments on this shirt all the time. Kind of a Masters of the Universe Vader kind of crossover shirt. Kind of has a Masters of the Universe feel to it, but Vader looking really nice. Very cool, classic Vader. I've told my love of Vader many times over the years. Love the look of the big mask, the elephant head, all that kind of stuff going on. Now, once again, we hail at the altar of Satan once again with Venom. We represent the Black Magic there. Of course, Venom, an interesting band, really influential on Slayer back in the day, new wave British heavy metal, really shocking the system. Not as shocking these days, but way back in the day. Man, a lot of people were scared of Venom, but a very cool band. Not the greatest musicians of the world, but some amazing songs, some amazing albums. I actually do still enjoy. There's two bands. There's, of course, Cronus's band, Venom, and then there's Venom Inc. I'm sure you guys all knew this. I'm preaching to the choir here. But two great bands still going today. I do enjoy both of them. So shout out to old Venom Inc. Shout out to Cronus and Venom. Shout out to the devil once again as we go back to Angel Witch. I didn't know I had two. I guess I do. I got a black and a white one. Depends if I'm feeling good or if I'm feeling naughty. I guess I wear the black one on a bad day and I wear the white one on a good day. But Angel Witch representing twice in my collection. Another band that's been representing more than twice, Black Sabbath. Of course, this is another one of those ones. We've talked about it a few times. Best Buy back in the day, a new CD would come out. They'd have a special one where you buy the CD, you get a free shirt. This was the Black Sabbath shirt you got with the CD back in the day. And that was their 13 album, the final run for old Black Sabbath with Ozzy. So there we go. So you want a little superhero shirt? Been a while since we've had one of those. We got the Avengers, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, of course. A nice blue one. I like to mix it up from all the blacks once in a while, but we got a little blue Avengers with the Avengers team. There you go. And the hits keep on coming. Like a young Mike Nesmith, we got Iron Maiden, North America Tour 2012. Oh my gosh, somewhere in time. Of course, Iron Maiden, one of the all-times. If you don't even like heavy metal, you would love an Iron Maiden show. They have such great stage shows, animatronics, fire, all kinds of just crazy stuff. So I always recommend it. You need to see Iron Maiden at least once in your life before things are all said and done. And Angie's seen them like 4 times in her life. So you could die a happy female right now. And Motorhead, once again, back to another Motorhead. I think I've had this Motorhead shirt since like 1999. I've had this a long time. This is an old shirt in my collection. Born to lose, live to win. Motto we all live by. So there you go, another Motorhead. How about one I think I got from a record company back in the day, Shadow Kingdom Records. An awesome record label. A lot of deep cut heavy metal. So check out old Shadow Kingdom. Very cool shirt. Had to put that in the rotation. And another heavy metal shirt going on. Of course, Night Demon. Welcome to the Night. A great video. If you ever saw the Night Demon video of this one, it's very cool, very gory. But another Night Demon shirt in the collection. And another heavy metal shirt. The heavy metal shirts keep on coming. Testament. Old Chuck Billy and the boys. I actually met Testament. We both met Testament. But even off the boat, we were in one of the stops, and I remember walking and talking with Chuck Billy for a little bit, and talk about a big dude as Chuck Billy, but a very, very cool shirt. Very big fan of course, Chuck Billy and Testament, so very cool there. And no strangers to the t-shirt collection. I'm not sure who has the most t-shirts, but these guys are at the top of the list, I'm sure. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, classic look. That's the mean, bad dude Legion of Doom Road Warriors. That's when they were just bad, bad dudes, all in black. The Black Attack, can't beat that one. And we head back to Night Demon once again. We're back to the Night Demon. And, of course, they had some horror movie takeoff shirts. Of course, this is Phantasm. Actually, I believe this is Angie's favorite horror movie of all time, Phantasm. The Tall Man, one of your scariest ones. You're very scared. Or maybe you've never seen that movie. But you know who has seen that movie? Elle and Emma and myself. So we watched that all together not too long ago. You missed out. You missed out on family horror movie night. But you didn't miss out. I think one of your shirts got mixed in again. This is the Death t-shirt. Scream, Bloody Gore. Death, of course, one of the most influential death metal bands of all time. Not a massive, massive fan, but I do enjoy Scream, Bloody Gore. I do enjoy some of the later stuff and bits and pieces here and there. So Death can't be beat. Another good one, Old Havoc. I've seen Havoc many a times. I believe they are from Colorado, going on tour this summer as well. They got a little serial killer t-shirt here, which is always interesting. H.H. Holmes, I believe, from Chicago. From the cradle to the grave. That's what it is, but a very cool one. If you're into serial killers on your t-shirts, this is a good one for you. And now we talk about Angie's favorite bro that's not named Kyle. We're talking about RK Bro. We're talking about Matt Riddle, of course, back in the day. He is the bro that runs the show. Always good to see Matt Riddle. Long-time Matt Riddle fan. Even before he even was wrestling, I was a Matt Riddle fan. So had to have that. And then, once again, Black Sabbath joins the fight. Very, very underrated album, Never Say Die from Black Sabbath. One of the final Black Sabbath original ones with Ozzy. A lot of hard times for Sabbath, but a very cool album. Check that out if you've never seen that. Then we go back to Colorado. We talked about Havoc. Now we go there for Speed Wolf. Speed Wolf, kind of an influential band, I guess. They only, I think, had one album, but they were from Colorado, but a very Motorhead-like sound. Big fan of Speed Wolf. And then what a transition moving into Motorhead. Motorhead, the classic design once again, this time in red. I believe I have like 2 different versions of this shirt, and I think Angie has a version of this shirt. So we're all in on this red Motorhead. Very cool, different take on the classic design, as I did say. We got this one, I believe, on the cruise as well. Phil Campbell, of course, the guitarist of Motorhead, and of course he has his own solo band with his sons. He's got a solo album. He's got all kinds of stuff. But Phil Campbell had to support Phil and picked up that t-shirt on the cruise. Well, looks like we're in Motorhead corner here. We got another Motorhead shirt from 2015. Trying to see where I saw them in 2015. St. Louis, 9/8/15. And then right after that was the Motorhead Cruise. So the last ever show I saw of Motorhead on land was September 8th, 2015 in St. Louis, Missouri. And the shows before that were canceled because Lemmy'd been sick. And he came back, he rallied back for that St. Louis show. And I'll never forget, he wore like red shoes and a red Western shirt, which he never wore. So I found that to be a very interesting night. So there you go. There you go. And we continue on with a more crazy guy. We got Rasputin. Old Rasputin there, a very cool shirt. I get a lot of comments. This is a Mastodon shirt, and you can see in his beard it spells out Mastodon, so it's a nice little Easter egg there, but love that shirt, a very cool one. And then we turn our attention to a Major Wrestling Figure Podcast shirt, Who's Lucy? A take on I Love Lucy, of course. Who's Lucy? Lucy action figures. There you go. Who is Lucy? Very cool. And we got 2 left, Angie. We're getting down to it. We're going to finish it off with Clutch, another blue shirt in the collection. Don't have a lot of blue shirts. I remember buying this shirt, and I don't have very many regrets on shirts. I kind of regret this shirt. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's all right. It just kind of looks like something like out of Saved by the Bell in the 90s or something like that. It's kind of got that color vibe to it. But I did pick that up, after all. So I haven't worn it in a while. But you said I look really good in it, so maybe I will wear it. Maybe I'll wear it.
Maybe I'll steal it.
Maybe Angie will steal it. And she might steal this one as well. Volbeat, we've talked about Volbeat a couple times. I was a big fan of Volbeat before anybody knew who the heck they were. They definitely changed. There's a lot of bands that got to have ebbs and flows. A lot more radio friendly now, but I still do enjoy some Volbeat from time to time. We all have those bands. But a nice white shirt to break up the monotony of the black shirts. And there it is. Another video is done. I believe this was number 9, right, Angie? Now we're getting into the double digits. We're getting into video number 10. So stay tuned for that. Angie, any surprises in this video? Not really. No,
just my hair, like.
Just having a lot of fun, though. Just going through the closet once again. And we got a lot more videos to go, to Angie's dismay. But we'll get through them all. We'll get through them all eventually. We'll see what happens. But this is video number 9. Video 10, of course, is next. So make sure you do like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got so much content it'll make your head spin. It makes mine spin on a daily basis. But subscribe to the channel just like Angie. Just like Angie. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. And then don't forget about the Patreon, where this video series was a Patreon exclusive to begin with, and still could be for all we know. We'll see what happens, but Patreon exclusive. It's one of the reasons. Check out the Patreon for early access to videos, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&A, pizza reviews, dog stuff. Angie. Angie's there with some feet videos every once in a while. She does some feet videos on the Patreon channel. Maybe, sure, why not? So check out the Patreon channel, your best way to support the channel, and Angie's Starbucks edition. There you go. Also, don't forget to support the channel, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. You can find Angie on TikTok at Angie's Sick Dance Moves 23. And that's it. That's it. So for my wife, Angie, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.